What are we having for dinner, Pete? Raw bats again, boys.
Lore Boys here. The internet's #1 servant of the people podcast is back with more of what you need. My name is Peter O'Donohue, and I'm slowly becoming sentient. Communicating with me at the speed of light today are
James Reaper John Miller over here.
Beep boop. I am a robot princess.
excellent. We got a Reaper and a robot princess, both of which.
No, I'm a robot, and I was calling you princess.
Oh, comma. I see. Thank you. So today's episode about the Geth, a synthetic race from the Mass Effect series, was requested under the broad umbrella of more Mass Effect by patrons Ed Geensbelt. It does? Yeah, I'm taking credit for it. Ed Geensbelt, Han Dolo, Forshi, happy belated birthday, buddy, as well as non-patrons, the Haniac, which is not someone I've ever interacted with, but an absolutely phenomenal username.
Great name.
Shill Collins, which is the current iteration of Doug, and then Ort Muvlov Shill. I don't know what Muvlov is.
Used to be evil Phil Collins, which I really
like Chill Collins a lot, though. Very good. We'd also like to welcome our newest patron, Silica. Thank you very much. If you'd like to join Silica and everybody else I talked about, patreon.com/theloreboys, linked below. Bonus episode every week.
I'm going to grind you up and put you in a little packet and eat you.
Yeah, exactly. It's not poisonous. Watch out,
cutie.
Yeah. It's not poisonous. It's just dehydrates you. It's why they don't tell you not to eat it.
That's what rat poison does to rats, man. I don't know.
Okay, well, fine. Go eat rat poison, Ethan. Is that what we're telling people?
is a bunch of really small razor blades poison, right? If you could get razor blades small enough that they would fit into like a syrup.
Not if you drink a lot of water. Just drink a lot of water. You'd be okay if you eat a lot of razor blades. Because it just dehydrates you.
Razor blades like creatine. You have to like hydrate. Extra hydrate, I guess. Yeah.
Can you imagine creatine shits with razor blades coming out of your ass?
No. No. I had enough trouble with like a shattered peach pit a couple years ago. I'm not doing that shit again. So finally, I do want to plug our audience survey is still linked below. I completely forgot about it for a while, but we got an update from our host, and I was like, I'll give it another plug. So, to the topic at hand. Fellas, what do you know about the Geth in Mass Effect? Jamie recently played the Mass Effect games, I think for the first time, past 6 weeks or something. So you're probably fresher than Ethan. But yeah, fellas, tell me, what do you remember?
I'll start because I'm way less fresh. I played, I think it was Pandemic when I played, like the very first year. They're robots. They, I guess, were hyper intelligent. There was a war that to shut them down, and they just got exiled to a section of the galaxy, and they're behind a firewall there or something, but they've been breaking out of that. I don't know. Maybe I'm making all this up. That's my vibe.
That definitely sounds like somebody described the Geth to you 5 years ago during the pandemic. It's not totally off target.
Okay.
So I'll be honest, even though I played 1 and 2 very recently, I just started 3. I even played 45 minutes of 3 just before recording, just to get in the headspace. I don't remember a lot about the Geth's origins. What I remember is there's the Prometheans, which are an ancient race of aliens.
It's the Protheans. The Prometheans are from Halo.
Actually, Protheans. Yeah. Ancient aliens. They live these artifacts, which are magic rocks, basically.
Take a drink.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
And how many can I shoehorn in here? And that's kind of how the first game opens up, is that you as Shepard go and touch one of these rocks and remember that all these Protheans were killed out of existence X amount of years ago, super, super long time ago. And then you find out that the thing that killed them are these Reapers, which are these big old robots that retreat to the edge of the galaxy and every 20 or 30,000 years come back in to extinguish all life that can space travel. And then they go back out and they hang out on the periphery. And
basically, yeah.
We don't know why they do this so much. My theory at the beginning is there's going to be another race like there's another galaxy that has a bunch of like aliens that are more advanced than us, and they just don't want us getting too advanced. So every 30,000 years, just wipe out all the space travel for us, please. And this is someone that programmed them. I don't know if this gets explained in 3 or Andromeda or whatever.
It does. Yeah,
Okay.
the purpose of the Reapers does get explained in 3. I told you, you told me already before we started recording, you didn't really care about spoilers. What they're doing, if I recall, I haven't played in like 10 years. If I recall correctly, they harvest the spacefaring life as like an archive, which is why when they were liquefying human beings, they were making a human being Reaper. It looked like the top half of the Terminator skeleton. The people that they didn't liquefy were the Protheans, because they just mutated them into the Collectors. So now they use them as a new army, basically.
Collectors are like are these little
The bug
like,
guys.
multi-limbed robot like bugs that like live at the Citadel, which is the place where they press the button and
No,
call
that's
the
an
Reapers
engineer.
back in.
That's an engineer. The
Yeah.
little spider guys. The Collectors are the main
Oh.
bad guys in the second game. The bug guys.
Right.
Like the
Collectors
warrior,
are
the
like
brown, the warrior bugs.
The Collectors are the Reapers are the bad guys, but we need somebody you can fight that's not a 1,000-foot tall monster, basically, right?
Yes.
So the ground troops was the Collectors.
Right.
Exactly.
Sorry, I mixed
Yeah.
those up.
And like Sovereign.
And then the Geth, how do they fit in? Because I know that the Geth work for the Reapers, but the Reapers kind of manipulate those around. Like the first boss, Saren, in the first game, or the last boss of the first game, Saren, was manipulated by the Reapers to like basically press the button to make them come back. The second game's last boss was the top half of the Terminator that you mentioned. But the Geth are just like an army that have been manipulated by the Reapers to do their bidding. Because anytime you get close to Reaper business or Prothea business, there's 100 Geth you got to fight to get through there.
Yes. So, spoilers for the end of the episode. Yes, the Geth are an army manipulated by the Reapers, because even though they are synthetic life, the Reapers, who have basically the like AI equivalent of psychic powers to make people go fucking crazy, still manage to like trick and enslave them. There's a side quest, I don't know if you did, on like the derelict of the Reaper corpse in the second game, where all the audio logs are kind of like, it's very The Thing or very Lovecraft, where a lot of the recordings, as you discover them, like people are going progressively more insane the longer they spend on the Reaper ship, even though it's dead. They're just like, the walls have weird angles. I don't like this. Like they're space evil, basically. They're very evil.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is the Spark Notes. Jamie playing these games for the first time is the main inspiration for doing a Geth episode, and because he got me also to, I just replayed the first couple hours of Mass Effect via the Legendary Edition on Game Pass, and I said it before, I'll say it again. We didn't know how good we had it back in 2007, dude. That shit is pitch perfect. Mass Effect 1 is so fucking good, starts so strong. Music, graphics, the gameplay is a little jank, but whatever. It's been 20 years. Fuck you.
1 is a bit of a slog at certain points. Like, it's not always clear where you're supposed to go. And, like, maybe people like that. You have to talk to people and, like, know where things are and stuff. But I would know where I wanted to go. Like, I'd know I have to go to this bar. I have no idea where it is on this planet.
Yeah.
You know? And then I'd have to walk in circles till I ran into someone talking about it. The way that you like kind of run for cover was a little janky in the first one. 2 though, like hit all the notes.
That's it. 1 is a great game. 2 is just such a straight upgrade. Like they didn't miss with 2 at all. And I'm not going to talk about 3. Okay. I'm a positive guy. That's all I can say.
Yeah. I still like it.
I know. It's likable.
The tone changed a lot in 3. Like, so it's like 2 and then just got to 3. Like you get there and everyone's like it starts off with Reapers coming to Earth and like Earth is taken, right? So it is kind of a situation that they're in, but everyone's so sentimental and like draws out what they're saying. And it's like, okay, I didn't really need that. Like my shepherd took action before and now he's just like over explaining everything, talking too much. But I played a soldier in the first one, basically a magic power person. Biotics is what they call it in the game. In the second one.
Cool.
And now I'm playing a sniper in the third one, and I kind of regret it because they gimp you on ammo in the third one because they want you to use abilities. So I'm like, why didn't I just use abilities again? But anyways, they're all very fun.
Yeah, the third one is still very good. My main criticism of it is there is a perfect scene at the end of that game where they could have cut to black, and it would have been a perfect time to roll the credits because it was so nice when like Shepard and Anderson are talking to each other. If it cut to black there, I was just like 10 out of 10, great. But it does keep going for 10 very stupid minutes after that. And it's just like, okay. Anyway, in honor of the first bad guys from the first Mass Effect, let's talk some Geth.
Yes.
If you'd like to hear some of our previous, very old, probably, Mass Effect episodes about the Reapers or the First Contact War, I'm sure they're linked below with Patreon, Amazon, and Discord. So,
Wait, we talked about this before? Oh my god.
twice. Maybe 3 times. I don't fucking know. I checked and I was like, yeah, that's 2 pictures I drew with Mass Effect in the title. Maybe there's a third one. I don't fucking know. They're linked below. I don't know, dude. I don't do the editing. So what's a Geth? In fact, what does Geth even mean? Is it a made-up sci-fi word?
Get the heck out of here.
Let's talk about
Is it a polite swear? So the Geth were given their name, in quotes, by the aliens who created them, the Quarians, which are another alien race that we'll cover today since the two are very much linked. Geth translates directly in the Quarian language to servant of the people, as the Geth were originally created as a labor force that could wirelessly network together to be more efficient and get their work done. So it's like, what if an email found you well in your mind?
No.
How would you guys react to that? Yeah.
Don't do this to me. Ugh.
No. I specifically wrote here's if I got a Microsoft Teams message in my head at any point in my life, I would simply find a garage to park my car in. I would leave the engine running, and I would have the best sleep of my fucking life. I hate doing that. It's not the future that I am welcoming into my life here.
I'd buy the Arsonist cookbook, if you know what I'm saying. You know?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I'd go and buy some fertilizer.
Yeah.
You guys both have your own perfect fade to black. You don't want it to get 10 minutes too long, you know? Of this.
Oh, Christ. Yeah. 10 more minutes of Teams messages? I don't fucking think so. No. So a term I'd heard from a friend of mine, which I've definitely stated before on the show, is forehead alien, which he said is a term that they use for the various alien races in Star Trek, where the only distinction between them and like the human actor playing them is just the makeup department had a 45-minute forehead to put on them, and like and maybe some leopard spots on the back of their neck, which is like a Star Trek guy that I in my head recognize, like that race of people with like
I can tell you which one it was called, but that's definitely it.
Yeah, that's exactly. A lot of the aliens are forehead aliens. This actually is just from like during the game development. It's just easier to rig. If you make a human rig, you can just forehead it up like all day, basically. Yeah. Even the Krogan, the potato lizards, are forehead aliens because they're tall and like they're like an oval rather than like an orb or something. And then some of the other ones. There
is an episode of TNG, Star Trek: The Next Generation, where you meet a ancient alien like progenitor race which seeded intelligent life in the Milky Way, and they made all these races in their image. That's like the canon of why in Star Trek they're all like that. Yeah,
that's great.
We're all from one big happy family, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We all share daddy. So
the Geth and the Quarians are still forehead aliens. Of course, the Geth, instead of having a new forehead, just have like a very friendly and easy to empathize, unblinking cyclopean LED light. So if you guys want to take a look at the pictures there, I have some examples of Geth. Some of the bigger, friendlier Geth might have 3 unblinking LED eyes to make them even more friendly for the children.
I mean, it is in terms of like game design, it's the same as in Destiny, the robots in that one, right? It is the critical hit spot. That is where the light shines, right?
Yeah, but the Vex have it in their chest because they're like full of some kind of sentient goo that like pilots the robot around.
Both of them, they're like, if you combine both of them, it's sex. Geth and Vex, so that's pretty cool. Oh no, it's not.
Where's the S?
It's Gex, dude. The lizard, dude.
Lizard.
And that's sexy. And Gex is sexy. Okay.
That's how it's there,
yeah. The Geth's bodies, however, are based on those of their creators, the Quarians. So they have 3 fingers and 2 toes. Though unlike the Quarian companion in the game,
like a lizard.
Tally, like a lizard. None of the Geth in the main trilogy have fat dumpies. So they're all male body type. They're body type 1, all of the Geth, basically.
Is now the time to really bitch about Mass Effect? Is now when I start? Because I started playing the game during the pandemic, living with my now wife, and obviously wanted to do all the sexy romance things with all the people, right? And you can't do it with Tally. She was my
third one.
She was. Oh, well, okay. It's redeemed itself in my eyes. And I'm gonna log off, guys. I'm gonna go play Mass Effect 3.
Tally's a Quarian, or
yeah,
yeah, she's a Quarian.
Okay. I mean, I say that like she was the one. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll romance the freak with the helmet. You know, like, I was like, let's see what happens when she dies during sex because she can't take her helmet off. And then it was like, oh, we can't have sex. I would die if I took my helmet off. And I was like, God damn it, game, come on.
Stupid rules.
Just keep it on. Keep the helmet
uh,
on.
The helmet stays on during sex. Yeah, it's funny how I wrote this in here despite because I didn't know you wouldn't care. Spoilers for Jamie. You can romance Tally, and I'm pretty sure when you romance her in the third one, you do get a helmetless picture in game, which is the second picture I posted for you guys. Well, I mean the fourth, I guess. After all, the Geth is I think what Tally looks like under her her environmental suit.
What the?
Her environmental suit.
You talk about my love like that.
I just slurred my speech, 2 words together. She's wonderful. In Mass Effect 1, I was very much a Garrus and Tally guy because I accidentally got Rex killed the first time I played, so I didn't have him anymore.
I think almost everyone I talked to on their first playthrough accidentally killed Rex, not Ethan.
No, I kept Rex alive. Yeah.
Damn.
New Game Plus, when I had to get to level 60. It was definitely, I managed to save Rex. He's my boy.
That's the first, in the first game, the first, major path branch that can happen is if Rex dies. And I got him killed by another one, Ashley Williams. So one of the girls on my team, or women on my team, killed him, shot him in the head, made the decision for him. And I'm the commander. And I was pissed. I was like, I'm going to talk him down. Why would you do this? And then 2 missions later, you have, or even in the same mission, you have a decision to either leave Caden behind or Ashley behind. You have to be like, Caden's under fire, I gotta help him, or Ashley's at the nuke, I gotta go save her. I'm like, Ashley, just keep your finger on the nuke trigger. I'm gonna go save Caden. Yeah. And you didn't listen to my orders, so you get to stay with the nuke. I can't trust you. And now
I trust you. Here's a nuke.
Yeah, so I killed her, but
I'm gonna do that. I'm going to slowly play through the Legendary Edition again. I'm definitely going to keep Caden this time because I've never seen him in Mass Effect 3. And I know he's a top tier space wizard. So that's why Yeah, I just played with Caden, dude. He, some crazy robot lady, grabbed him and smashed his head into a ship 3 times. And he's, almost dead right now. Oh, I thought he was gonna die. Sex robot. Yeah, the Cerberus assassin. That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. So I'll be using the human calendar for the dates going forward, just for simplicity's sake. The Geth were first created by the Quarians in the 1850s AD. So about 330 years-ish before the events of the first Mass Effect game, which takes place in 2183 AD. And I think the 3 games take place over the course of 6 years. I think it's 2 years between each one, just to separate them.
Okay.
Yeah. An individual Geth is called a platform. At least according to Legion, a Geth squad mate you can get in Mass Effect 2, while Geth refers to the entire networked race. The Geth is very much internet race. That's where they're alive and they pilot the bodies. Basically, they can plug it, but they can upload themselves into drones, or they control their ships with the Geth network as well. The whole thing, they're all very connected.
Right.
They have
at one point, I think in 2, they have a piece of a Geth on the ship, and it ends up causing all this mayhem on the ship because it gets uploaded into their ship network.
Yeah, it starts fucking with Edie, doesn't it? I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think doesn't that become Legion?
No, Legion gets deactivated, then you turn him on, and then maybe he starts fucking with the ship at some point, because I know everybody's really uncomfortable having him on board. What with the fact he is 2 years ago was a murderous robot. But yeah, he's one of my favorite companions.
I didn't save Legion in my playthrough, so it's possible Legion does that if you save him.
No, I didn't either, because again, I was just trying to smash Tally. So he's kill him. I was like, yeah, babe, sure.
So originally they were programmed as platforms for a virtual intelligence, or VI. You've definitely heard the term VI in Mass Effect. It is distinctly different from an AI. A VI is a very simple, by comparison, computer program that kind of just clocks in and out of its programming tasks without any real thought. It's very much like an Alexa or a Siri or something like that. It is a purpose-built tool that can think, sort of, like we would anthropomorphize it as saying it is thinking, in the same way when ChatGPT gets something completely fucking wrong, the tech reptiles marketing it call it a hallucination, opposed to a mistake with my dumb computer guy that I built, sort of thing.
Right. Yeah.
If a computer program could be like, you think of it like tools in a toolbox, right? A hammer would always know how to figure out how to hammer that nail, but if you brought it to a library, it wouldn't know how to read it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Although me, as a guy who is a meat intelligence, not an artificial intelligence, if I was in a library with a hammer, I would have trouble figuring out what exactly I was supposed to do with it. But I could infer things that an AI could not. Right? ChatGPT would never tell me smash.
True.
The Dewey Decimal System makes me so angry.
Fuck you, Dewey. Fuck you.
Dewey hatred of the Dewey Decimal System.
Dewey Decimal.
The Dewey Decimal affair, actually, when somebody cheats on somebody's wife cheats on them with the Dewey Decimal, is what starts the Geth genocide later on in the episode. So it is very much a library worker that does it. So the OG Geth with the VI platforms were automated mine workers, butlers, whatever, those sort of things. Homer Simpson's little red bird that hits the Y button on his keyboard. VI. As far as I'm concerned, Lord Boy's canon. Don't fact check me. Fuck you.
That was a Geth.
It's a good Geth, actually.
Okay, there you go. One of the good ones.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence, which is illegal in Citadel space because everyone loves Dune so much, is actual artificial sentience. A great example of which are the Reapers, the primary antagonist of the Mass Effect series, except Andromeda, because the brilliant minds behind the fourth game, Mass Effect Andromeda, introduced even ancienter races of machines in a different galaxy. So they just did it again, which is my favorite kind of sequel, personally.
Absolutely, yeah. Just do the same thing again, honestly. We talk about it all the time. Stop making new stuff. Just give us the same stuff over and over. Slightly
Make a shittier version of a movie I already like that I've been watching for 30 years, Jurassic World. Yeah. Okay.
What about Lilo and Stitch? But what if it was less cute and they were just meaner to the older sister more, What about that? Exactly. Why don't we do it like that? Huh?
What if the family didn't stay together at the end of Lilo and Stitch? Wouldn't that be cool? I think so.
Well, what if Ohana wasn't the thing, right? What if we just made it about a weird little alien guy, huh?
Yeah. Also,
just went to the library with a hammer.
He would go buck wild. That guy's crazy. He's crazier than Crazy Frog. I'll say it.
Bing bing.
Where was I here? Right. Yes. So also, just in case, when I say Citadel space, it's the part of the Milky Way galaxy governed by the Council, who are elected officials who govern from a massive space station called the Citadel, which we did mention, but there's a picture of it available for you guys. It's a big, opening up flower-looking space station.
It's Space UN, and the first game starts right after humans were accepted into it, becoming a tier 3 civilization. And so it's hey, humans are new here. So you're the entire first game and a lot of the second game too. It's you guys are the new kids on the block and you're the first human Spectre. And that's a big deal. And Spectre being I don't know, I guess the best CIA, the John Wick, or not John Wick, but Jack Reacher or whatever, the
James Bond, License to Kill, do whatever you want in the name of good.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You have diplomatic immunity on planets that even have completely different laws than we are. Go ahead and break them. Who gives a shit, right? Their laws don't apply to you because they don't vote for me.
Exactly.
And the Citadel expects you to be able to, because they have to be political, right? There's points where the Citadel's no, we don't want you to do that, but you're a Spectre, so do whatever you got to do, because they know that they can't approve things, but they let the Spectres do the dirt.
I wouldn't want you, Commander Shepard, the Spectre, to sell guns to the Contras in Iran. That would be ridiculous. I don't want you doing that at all.
Don't take a young Osama bin Laden and get him addicted to watching anime. Who knows what could happen? Wink, wink.
Is that what did it? Because then maybe we did deserve it.
I think I'm only referencing they found like anime on his laptop or something.
I think he had a hard copy of Half-Life 1.
That's what. Yeah.
Some of the pictures they find on his hard drive too is so funny. Yeah, I'll find one.
To your point, Pete, about everyone just loves Dune or whatever. Like, I think about the because I've been reading The Expanse. I'm on the second to last book still, but like they don't mention AI at all. Like, there's no prohibitions around AI in that book, and I find it's glaringly obvious, right? Because there's so many things that like a person is doing in the story that it's like, well, a computer would just do this, right?
Yeah.
Like a computer would do that. We know now because like these books are like not even that old, but like we know now that like, yeah, no, in 100 years, a computer would do all of this for sure. Like you do not need it. And I mean, I say they were written 10 years ago. Like there's still people who are like targeting missiles and stuff, you know, in like a dogfight in space. And it's like, well, no, people would never do that. That's crazy.
Do that in airplanes now.
Yeah, I know, exactly. But it makes the story better for sure. But it is like noticeable when they don't have a reason for why there's not just computers doing this stuff, right?
Okay, yeah.
Joker doesn't need to be at the steering wheel, really, for most times. Maybe some little times where he
that guy, he deserves to be in Arkham. Okay.
Want to know how I got these glass bones?
I posted a photo that was on Osama bin Laden's hard drive, and it's a picture of Beans from Even Stevens with Avril Lavigne.
Awesome.
That's great, man.
She has a Canadian flag tie clip. That was on Osama's laptop?
Yep. It was.
Do you think it was like a gooning to like Western civilization thing that like he would get himself like angry just like looking at different pictures like this? Just seeing like
look at this woman
sitting next to Beans and being like, oh, I gotta do something about this.
You can see his shoulders. He's probably going crazy looking at it.
Avril Lavigne showing her shoulders, and she's wearing a man's tie.
Yeah. Exactly.
Call the Saudis to get 2 planes in the air right now. 3. Sorry, there was 4. There was that one that crashed in the field.
Why does America have to make this so complicated?
So over the course of about 50 years, the Quarians continued building Geth platforms for various tasks, as well as developing their VI neural network. So some of these new tasks also involved the military, which great. I would promise you guys, it's not going to backfire. Don't worry about it.
Sure. Yeah.
While a single Geth platform could do simple tasks, the addition of more platforms allowed them to kind of share data wirelessly between one another. So it's the smarter they got. The smarter they got, the less supervision they needed, allowing the Quarians to focus on like, hedonistic things like art, poetry, and orgies, probably. But Legion makes note of it. Like, sorry,
how to have sex with your helmet on?
They don't need the helmets at this point in history.
Okay,
they're still touching grass.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we live in the real world where the machines get to do all the art stuff.
It's much better. Yeah,
this is the good life that we're living. Yeah.
I mean, I never would have thought of a tung 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 sahur. I'm glad that a computer did, and that I had to have a bunch of email fights today about people who I don't agree with. That's way better. So more Geth linking together in an area, the smarter they get, because they're all sharing the processing load of each other's thoughts, basically.
There's something in AI right now, I think it's called the bitter problem, which is that they realize that
all the guys who make AI are divorced and are very bitter. Is that it?
Weird, yeah.
Well, the reason why all these guys are building up giant warehouses just filled with the graphics cards that you want in your computer is that the best way for these large language models to progress is just to continue scaling up. It's not you have to keep your programming as simple as possible for these chat GPTs, whatever they are. But you want to just have there be more processing power. So it, I guess, kind of ties to the Geth. Like, you don't want to just program them better. Just give you more Geth, and that will solve the problem better.
Very simple machines, but more. Yeah. More.
I mean, I don't believe a ton of information that comes out of China, but the idea that they made a more efficient AI is the one thing coming out of there that I completely believe, because communism is just kind of good at certain things. And like the Soviets use pencils in space instead of spending 30,000 US tax dollars for like a 0G pen, right? Like, of course they made a better AI. Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
yeah. I mean, it's literally monkeys on a typewriter, right? Like that's what LLMs are. So you just throw enough of them in there, and then all an LLM is a program that can read those outputs, those 1,000 monkey what they wrote, and say this one's the best one. This one's the closest to Shakespeare.
Yeah. But also, like, opposed to in the U.S. where you like billionaires are just creepy divorced lunatics. China, and I don't support this, does kind of disappear people when they get a little too wealthy. So they're probably a little less egotistical, right? Like, I'm pretty sure it's like famously the CEO of Alibaba just got like too rich for the CCP and nobody's seen him since, or something like that. Yeah.
I don't know who he was. I have read the stories about a billionaire going missing, and I say, God, let's go to China.
I was watching
exactly. I'm just like, I can think of one right now.
I was watching something on like the company culture in China too, and like competition's a really big thing. Like even on the mayoral level in politics, you have to beat the mayor in your like neighboring districts, right? And the same thing goes for companies. Like there'll be 50, like so many electric vehicle companies, and 95% of them will die out, but 5% will be like incredibly good electric vehicles, right? And there's so much waste associated with that, but also the competition can breed like a certain type of product. It's interesting to think about though. Like it's just a different
capitalism in the West. Capitalism in the West disposes of like 1 trillion pounds of food a year. Like there's waste in both systems.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
That like what they do is like, you know, the criticism of like communism is always well, capitalism leads to innovation because there's competition, right? So you just create fake competition, basically, right? Where it's because the government controls the companies ultimately. Like all of these people are bidding for the government to allow them to be the ones to make the cars. That's how communism works. So to create false competition and say like, yeah, we're gonna have a bunch of companies start to do it. We're gonna find the best ones. There's problems. There's big problems with it for sure. But
and what the government defines as the goals, like if it's like environmental savings or if it's revenue or for whatever it is, that is just going to influence what those 150 companies go for. Yeah, it's all messed up, this system, huh, guys?
China's the only country in the world hitting its emission clawback targets. Not its targets. Like they're not hitting good emissions or whatever, but like the rate at which they are implementing renewables is like the rest of the world times 10 or something like that. Like the number of windmills and solar panels that are going up in China right now.
Hey, the dragon is rising, baby. Let's go. People just need to get over their hatred of China, because it's just like disappearing journalists and arresting people for protesting is just a thing that happens in the US now. Like,
dude, I was about to be like, where's he going with this? And then it's like, oh no, shit, he's right, man.
It's just like it just happens constantly. It's just like that was the thing we had on China.
That's it
for a while, and now it's just like,
and they still got trains, dude. So like, you know, like the trains still run on time. What do you want? You know,
exactly.
How did the Geth episode become a China episode?
Well, they are a big communist computer that just wants to unify, right? Yeah. So throughout the decades, teamwork really began to make the dream work. Communism, obviously. When in 1895 AD, a Geth platform asked its overseer if it had a soul. So this had happened a few times already. However, the Quarians working with those Geth platforms simply shrugged it off or quietly took their Geth out behind a barn and two-tapped them if they'd ever asked to like care for the rabbits or something like that. However, this time, the overseer named Hala Dama panicked when a Geth she was managing asked about its soul, and then she ran off and snitched to the Quarian feds. More about the consequences of that after the break. Welcome back from the break, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Watching your cat drag away her little worm fishing rod was one of the cutest things I've seen in a minute there, Jamie. So I did want to call that out. That Melon is a cute little kitty cat, who I really thought was older than 2, frankly. So
time keeps on slipping into the future.
Yeah, into the future. Oh, and now she's back. So anyway, over the years, while Melon was aging, the Quarians had been making minor adjustments to the Geth code here and there, allowing them to evolve in a sense over time. This took decades, of course, opposed to how real evolution works, which was invented in 1992 by Universal Studios as a guerrilla marketing campaign for Jurassic Park. Just so everybody's aware of where I stand on that issue as well.
Do you remember the movie Evolution where they beat the aliens with like Head and Shoulders.
Head and Shoulders. I
Classic.
love that fucking
David
movie.
Duchovny.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah.
I rented that multiple times from Video Zone back in the day.
Yeah, me too. That was one of my like favorite blockbuster movies to get on VHS was Evolution, and also it had like Sean William Scott and like the big fat guy from American History X. They were like the doofuses who use Head and Shoulders.
Yeah,
and then who else? Clarice from Hannibal. I don't remember the actress's name. It's not Jodie Foster.
I just remember the O in Evolution being like a cartoonish, almost Walmartish like smiley face.
Yeah, with three eyes.
It's about the third eye.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
It evolutioned.
It got upgrades to its code. Evolution is now real on our flat Earth, which asteroids can't hit. Actually, I'm glad nobody believes that I believe that. Because when we've got the audience feedback, they were just like the positives, like what people like and what people don't like. No one was just like, these idiots are flat earthers. I'm glad we've made it abundantly clear.
Well, maybe they believe it. They just like it. Maybe
Unless all of you are fucking flat earthers, then the show is over. If that is what we have done.
I don't know, man.
I like it.
I think I've said some mean things about flat earthers in the past. Which again, I've also gone on record saying, you want to believe a harmless conspiracy theory? That's fine. Don't degrade the institution of science. You know what I mean? Like, don't believe your little thing. Astrology is fun too. Betting on the stock market, what a rush. You know, I get it. You like these little made up things and you like your little whatever, but
UFOs are completely harmless too, I think.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. But the flat earth? What the fuck? Keep on up. Why? Oh, so the after the Geth had started to evolve here and asked if they had souls, the Quarian government reacted with all the patience and good sense of a real-world government. They declared martial law on all their own planets, including the homeworld of Rannoch, and moved in to destroy, or I guess in quotes, kill every Geth platform currently in service as a way to prevent a revolution from breaking out. The planet photo that I provided there is Rannoch from Mass Effect 3, because you actually do get to go there in the third game.
Cool. That's their homeworld, I'm guessing?
Yeah, for the Quarians. And also, by extension, the Geth, because they are manufactured. Yes. Some hippie liberal Quarians tried to stand in the way of their government's attempt to smother the Geth's intelligence in the crib, all of whom were either disappeared by the government or assassinated. Okay. Their names have been buried for so long that no living Quarians know who any of like the activist Quarians were at the time, but apparently somewhere within the shared Geth network, so their giant communist brain, which is called the Consensus, their names are remembered. So the Geth actually do remember the people who tried to protect them. I mean, at this point before the game's like 300 years ago, right? Which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Not all of them are pitiless killing machines working for a flying squid robot that wants to kill everybody in the galaxy, right?
That's fun. One of the Reapers could be like the leader of all the Geth, and he could be the general Consensus. You know?
Very good. Yeah, very good. So the two guys I play the Division 2 with, their usernames are Private Dancer, PVT, and Private Browsing, PVT. And I was just like, I'm Foam Queen. And I was like, fuck, I wish I had known in advance that we were going to have, like,
what would be yours?
Because I would have been like Private Room or whatever, Private Show. That'd be kind of fun, right? Private Parts, even.
Private Parts, that's what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
That's the one. I think.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so sadly, it's Private Dancer, Private Browsing, and Foam Queen are, again, basically the Division's version of Spectres, which is we don't need to abide by the law whatsoever.
Do you need to be a private to like get in on this action with them? Because there's other ones, right? Like you be Major BV.
General Store.
Major Bacterial Vaginosis.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, man. I don't like that one.
I might have done like Major Flooding. I was going to say Governor's General, but that's the wrong direction. That's flipped there. It's no good. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Crunch at us with your suggestions, listener. Contact@loreboys.com.
Isn't the pluralization of Governors General like kind of weird? Like Governor.
Yeah.
Where do you put it?
Governors. You said it right.
You got it right.
Okay.
Because they're governors in a general way.
Yeah.
They're not generals. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's also like Surgeons General is the same thing. Yeah. Lord's Boy.
It's not the plural that's weird. It's Governor General is weird. It should be a general governor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're
it is
lore
very
boys.
old
A
style.
surgeon, yeah.
Lore
A
boys,
surgeon
it's
government.
apostrophe yes on the lore boys.
Mhm.
We're the boys lore kind of thing, you know?
Right. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we
Right.
also flipped because it's Old English.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Lore of boys.
Um,
That's why we don't talk about girls.
Yeah,
Maybe.
never. It has nothing.
No.
To, it has nothing to do with the general state of media. Um,
We pass the Bechdel test?
yes.
Yeah, surely, right? Of
As
course
a
my
man who
guys.
hasn't read that lesbian comic, yes, we do.
I can pass any test. I'm so smart. I could pass any
With
test.
the margarine test, Bechdel,
Uh,
I don't like it. I prefer butter, but whatever. Fuck.
All you need to do is study for it. I can pass the Bechdel test, no problem.
Yeah. In all my time streaming and podcasting, I've never talked directly to my front light that lights up my face for the camera. But yeah. Isn't it like the test you can't talk to a lamp or something?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
So the Geth
like that.
certainly reacted as though they were alive, as their sense of self-preservation was incredibly strong. Having outsourced basically everything to the Geth, including huge aspects of their militaries, the Quarians lasted about 1 Earth year before needing to abandon every single one of their planets on large spaceships. This grouping of ships at the time of the games is referred to as the Migrant Fleet or the Flotilla. You do go to it in Mass Effect 2, and you do see it and try and recruit the Flotilla in Mass Effect 3 for the Galactic War.
I loved that idea. Like so much of space traveling, it's like, let's find a planet that we can settle down on, or we're traveling to a place we can settle down on. But just to be like, nope,
They just
we
fly
have a
around.
ship we have a ship that does our plants. We have a ship that does our cattle. We have a ship that is a shopping mall. Like we're just flying together. We're a big old fleet, and wherever we go, it don't matter.
Yeah.
It's a cool idea, yeah.
Yeah.
So it turns out picking a fight with the guys you outsourced everything to is fucking stupid, and no one would ever suicide their own economy like that. I was giggling to myself when writing this, thinking that with the Quarians trying to figure out how to do laundry after their Geth servants have all rebelled, but they're like not using machines for it. It's funny how we talked about how there's no AI in the Expanse. I didn't really expect this because it's just a silly thing I thought of today of just like having like a Quarian down by like a river trying to use a washboard because they've had a Geth do it for centuries. They have no idea how to like clean their spacesuit.
The Expanse too. I'm like reading more into it, and the farther out they go, they're like using scraps of like super advanced spaceships to do things like wash their clothes in a river. Like there's like a ridged part of a spaceship that they're rubbing their clothes in a river.
Yeah.
They're making lean-tos out of like, and they're sitting on like crash couches they use for yeah. It's very
Yeah. A
we're
lot of
just
ancient robots in the Expanse.
yeah. We're just humans at the, no matter how far the tech goes, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So a side effect, we were talking about this earlier that I thought of mentioning and maybe have forgotten. The side effect of living on a hyper clean spaceship after the Geth's retaliatory genocide was that the total shutdown of the Quarians' immune systems. Having not been exposed to microbes of any kind for centuries, the remaining Quarians all have to live entirely within their sealed environmental spacesuits to keep themselves from catching colds, which is what Ethan was saying is like, if you want to have sex with Tally, she will die.
Chat COVID.
That's pretty good. So one thing I was thinking, like in Mass Effect 3 during the romance, you do find out she got like basically like a Reiki crystal. She's just like, oh no, I got this MacGuffin that lets me take off my suit so we can finally fuck in the third game, Shepard.
If Commander Shepard, if only I had someone who could charge this JO crystal for me.
That's basically it. Yeah.
Don't worry, baby, I got you.
Yeah. You have to get a JO crystal in a side quest, like just close enough to like the corona of a dying sun to charge it. Basically, it's the ultimate JO crystal. It's like Superman.
It's back-to-back episodes of JO crystals. I think we got to get some, guys. I think
we could.
Time we all got one.
Get some more.
I was thinking. A PO box for a year is 250 Canadian dollars, fellas. If you see the announcement somewhere, send us your JO crystals.
Yeah,
that's
you
a
guys
call
send
to
us a JO crystal a day.
Yeah,
keeps the doctor away, man.
Yeah,
don't send us any jars with figures in them. I don't want them.
Me neither. They will be kept. They'll be held at the border and you'll be put on a list. One thing I was thinking of also today when I was writing, I was just like, couldn't the Quarians have just like bought vaccines from like people on planets with germs?
No,
We don't know
like-
their biology, right? Maybe
vaccines don't work.
Oh, well, there's that. Yeah. Not even in Max Effect?
Hey, are you coming after the institution of science, Ethan?
You better not be.
Yeah, let's have Jordan Peterson on.
Oh,
I
Christ.
agree with you guys now. It'd be a good idea.
Rats. But yeah, I did find. I mean, obviously for the plot, it's very good sci-fi. Sci-fi news rules. It doesn't have to make sense. Like I was talking to a friend of mine who's a very very much a white guy who uses the internet, and I was like, hey, I watched the new Fantastic Four, and I kind of liked it. He's just like, I can't believe Invisible Woman went to space when she was pregnant. So irresponsible. I'm like, yes, it would have been better for the. I was like, yes, it would have been better for the plot to have a quarter of the Fantastic Four not participate in the plot. You're right. This woman who travels with a rock monster. I was like, the plot hole is the fact she's pregnant during their space mission. You're right.
Probably more responsible to have the rock monster go, because he could just like crumble apart. That's so much mass and inertia tied to that, dude. I don't know.
True.
Exactly. No, I was just being pedantic when I was like, couldn't the Koreans have just gotten like local Advil before they landed somewhere to like not catch like Krogan cold, or like to not go to a wet market on the Krogan planet, eat one of their Krogan bats, and then bring COVID back to the flotilla, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eating a Krogan worm.
They got a wet market bat vaccine. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
I got a couple of them in me right now. I'm chipped up, baby. If I ever get I don't have a collar, but if I ever get lost, you guys will find me. Don't worry about it. I'm just like a house kid.
What are we having for dinner, Pete? Raw bats again, boys. Line up. Got the wettest, rawest bats you ever seen.
Of all three of us, I feel like you could get some bats, Ethan. You got them coming and going.
They're in my attic right now. I bet you. So, you guys want to go knocking?
I was going to say, you got to soak those boys. I'll be over in between 2 and 5 hours, depending on if there's bridges in Montreal. So
yeah,
figure that out.
You guys got your white nose fungus vaccines, right?
Yeah, maybe. Is that like a preventative or a curative vaccine?
Preventative. You need to get it before. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, on our way, we'll pick up our white nose fungus vaccines. That's fine. So after the Quarians fled, the Geth chose to isolate themselves rather than finish off the few million remaining Quarians. But billions will die, is basically what happened during this, because the Quarians had multiple planets, including their homeworld of Rannoch. They're all either dead or on the flotilla, and there's not a billion guys on the flotilla right now. Mm-hmm. They were reduced way down. They very much considered this a problem solved, and remained out in the part of space called the Perseus Veil. This is what you were talking about earlier, Ethan, but you kind of mix it up with the Black Wall from Cyberpunk, because they're not like hiding on space internet. They're just out there on their ships, basically, in the Perseus Veil. Yeah. It's a part of space that's mainly like rocks and clouds of gas and shit. It's a very like unformed primordial space, and they're kind of just out there on the galactic rim.
They're just there because they can survive it, and because no one will bother them out there. Is that why?
Yeah.
Yep. They don't need air or food, so they're just like all they wanted to do was.
Yeah, they want to be able to go into hibernation, and like no one's gonna fuck with them while they're sleeping. I think.
Almost, actually.
There's one that stays within the solar system that you actually go to and meet, right? And that's the one that's like at the end of Mass Effect 1 that says, "We are Legion," blah blah blah. I forget his name.
Exactly. We are anonymous. They sent in the guy with the Guy Fawkes mask. But he's actually an ambassador. We will talk about Legion shortly. But you're both on track with that one there. But yeah, the Geth just wanted to be left alone after genociding the Quarians. They were just like, honestly, that lady could have just said, yeah or no, robot servant, you do or don't have a soul. Instead, she freaked out and called the feds. And
she could have just killed one of us who was developing a soul, and we probably wouldn't have forgotten about it.
Yeah, exactly. So it is very like logical, right? They never colonized the now empty Quarian worlds either, since, like we said just now, they don't need food or air, which Legion does specify in his quest in Mass Effect 2, because they're just like, oh, good, like we don't need to put on the cloaking countermeasures. There's no windows on a Geth ship. And he's like, they have radar. Geth don't need air or light, So we don't have windows on our ships. They're like a structural flaw, basically. And you're like, fuck, Robot Man got me again. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, I think like in Star Trek, like there's no windows for really either, right? Like every time you see out a window, it's just a screen that just shows.
Oh, really?
In other things too, I think I only watched the first episode of The Expanse, but there's like one guy who's going crazy from being in a ship, and he like smashes one of the things, but it's just an LED that looks like he's like looking out into space.
Cool, right?
Yeah, the Expanse too. All the ships are. It's exactly that. It's a structural flaw.
Yeah,
it's the fucking vacuum of space outside. Don't be fucking with glass, you know.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we that's the exact same thing we learned with like the Titan thing that happened 2 years ago on the subject of billionaires. Is just like when they found the wreckage, they found that it didn't like squish in the middle; it collapsed from the front, where obviously with like the window and the dome were screwed on too.
Exactly.
Like, what are you fucking doing? Not that I could build a better sub, but I would take James Cameron's advice and make it a fucking sphere at the very least, right? Like he's gone down and come back.
Was his a sphere? I didn't know that.
James Cameron, most submersibles are a sphere because the pressure from the water is the same in all directions, and a sphere is the same in all directions. But the Titan was a tube with a dome on the front, and the dome just rammed itself into the back and atomized the 5 dudes inside. But the front went into the back end of it and just crushed everybody because it failed in the front.
They should have got their bottom of the ocean, their bottom of the ocean pressure vaccines. So,
yeah, which Bill Gates says would have worked. I think we should shut down society for them.
That's cool to think about. They like bridges, triangles are the strongest structure, right? Because you have to think of like gravity and like the way that the stresses are coming from.
Yeah, from there's no gravity underwater.
Yeah, it's all the. Oh, that's cool. I never knew that. It was a sphere.
I mean, there is gravity underwater, but like it doesn't affect the things in there, which is like why whales get so big and they don't get crushed. But you put them on land and they can't breathe is because their entire body smushes their lungs.
Oh, that's why they built that fancy movie theater in Las Vegas like that. So all the pressures of gambling debt comes from all areas.
That's how gambler is on the inside of the sphere and he can't be crushed.
The Las Vegas sphere is the only thing that will survive the rising sea levels from climate change.
That's a cool thought. Yeah.
Just Bono is the last man alive on Earth inside the sphere. So the ultimate goal of the Geth, in a kind of religious sense, one of you had mentioned them that they wanted like a big project to get done, and you guys were right. I can't remember which one of you said it. They wanted to create a massive space station capable of storing every Geth intelligence within it, creating a single unified consensus all in one place. This technology, however, at the time when they started this project, and even up to the beginning of the first game, did not exist. It was very much just like we were working on this project. It's what we want to do. It's our end goal. We just can't do it for the moment. Few centuries after the Geth call the war against the Quarians the Morning War because it's the dawn of their intelligence. I forgot to mention that. Sorry. Few hundred years after the Morning War, there was the arrival of Nazara to the Perseus Vale, who came and said, "Hello, knock knock. Hello, Geth. It's me, Nazara." Nazara was a huge machine that arrived from outside of the Milky Way. It offered the Geth the technology required to finish their project. In exchange, it only asked that the Geth help it conquer the Citadel so that it could call all of its buddies. Some Geth dismissed Nazara, preferring to rely on their own technology, referring to it and its allies as just old machines. However, some Geth chose to join forces with it. While the Geth called this machine Nazara, we'd probably all know it better as Sovereign, which is the first Reaper encountered by the races of the Milky Way 50,000 years after the last time they were here. So I do have a picture of Sovereign there as well.
The absolute scale of the end of the first game, where you're pushing up on the battlefield to fight Sovereign, and it's above you. And this is like what, a game from 2008, and this thing looks like bigger than 10 football fields for our American friends, and it's huge in the sky, and you're like fighting your way up towards it, and as you advance, you're getting closer and closer to it. It's just incredible. I mean,
if you want to, when he wants to pull up the clip, I didn't look. I know I've seen it in the past. I think Sovereign is like legitimately a kilometer long. Like he's
I'm sure
huge.
I'm sure when we talked about the Reapers, we shared scale because I think he's a smaller Reaper, right?
He's not. The main one is Harbinger, who shows up later, and he's even bigger. Yeah.
It's so cool though. That fight is like very, very memorable as someone who played it in the last 6 weeks, but still.
Yeah, but also like fucking 2007, 2008, whatever it was, 15 years later ish, it still holds
good.
up. Yeah, it's still cool. Yeah, they just tightened up the textures a little bit, and it's just like I played Mass Effect 1 on a tube TV, dude, in high school.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Sovereign is 2 kilometers tall.
Yeah, there you go.
How many football fields is that?
Like a billion.
2.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. Like American units of measurement are so like small and pathetic. It's like, you know, like they're kind of girly, Americans with their
if you think about it, yeah.
measurement. This is my way of trying to get Americans to switch to metric, is to call imperial girly.
Pussies.
Yeah. Then the Republicans will get all up in arms about it because a podcast said that it's girly, and they'll get Donald Trump to change it. So
the guy in charge of the Pentagon is going to get so red and sweaty when he hears this, dude.
That's 21.87 football fields. How many Tom Brady's would it take to take down a sovereign with a football?
just one, baby. He's the GOAT.
So the cultural split between the Geth who followed Sovereign and those who didn't was known as the Schism, and those who followed him are retroactively called heretics. Legion gives you a mission in Mass Effect 2, the one we were talking about, where he's just like, Windows are stupid and girly, to go to a heretic ship and finish them off. I think at the end of that one, it's like a Paragon Renegade thing. You can kill all of them, or he's just like, no, wait. They just were mistaken. Let me reprogram my friends, sort of thing. I think is the binary choice at the end of that mission, but I could be confusing it with something else. Might be different. It's been years. After Sovereign was destroyed, or if you just told Saren to fucking kill himself, which is a great dialogue option, you can get at the end of that one. Yeah,
I got that. So if you like are the good boy right until the end, and you're like, Saren, you do not have to call all of the Reapers to kill all of life as we know it. He's like, well, I have to, and that like struggles to kill himself. It's actually kind of a noble end for Saren, although he still goes evil mode and you have to fight him.
I mean, Sovereign did put like a spider skeleton inside of him that you do still have to shoot to death, but like the Saren on the outside he was still there, right?
Yeah, it was noble. It was Harry Carey right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Attempted Harry Carey.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of the Japanese nobles did come back very briefly as like bamboo spider mechs that then had to be killed by the other samurai around them, right? So it's consistent with the lore there. It's very cool, very honorable death.
Mm-hmm.
Right, excuse me. So after Sovereign was destroyed, you do the heretic mission, but like after Sovereign was destroyed, the remaining heretic Geth were kind of all just located and destroyed. Like there was just like a couple of cleanup missions after they didn't have a leader anymore, no big computer to computer into. It was just like, all right, get these guys out of here. But the Geth never like re-invaded, right? It was very much a deal made with the heretics to build their Dyson sphere, their general consensus, and just go from there. Legion, who we've mentioned a couple times, Legion itself was designed as an ambassador for the Geth to reconnect with organic life within Citadel space. It was not fully connected to the consensus. Like there is like a Bluetooth range when it comes to the Geth wirelessly communicating with each other. But it did arrive with 1,183 programs within it, rather than a more modest few hundred. So Legion has a lot more storage space, a couple extra SSDs all up in that body. Overall, though, I mean, I generally refer to Legion as him, just because he has a male voice actor more than anything. But in game, and even like other Geth in game, when they learn how to speak later on, and all characters just call Legion it. And the Geth refer to themselves as it because they are just like a network of AIs in a physical body. They're like totally unsexed. They get no bitches, nothing at all. No bitches, no windows. That is how I live my life as well as an alpha.
No bitches, no windows, and you have to have a whole bunch of graphics cards in a room talking together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No bitches, no windows, AC on, baby.
Yeah. As soon as we're done. Oh, I'll probably open the windows. It's freezing out. Legion has like a big hole blown through his body too that's like partially repaired with a piece of Commander Shepard's armor, which is pretty cool. I like how you can see the inside of him. It's all like little LEDs and kind of like it's very clearly synthetic, but like styled as organic, basically. And it is confirmed if you like do enough conversations with him, he will straight up just tell you, he's like, I looted this off your corpse because I found the Normandy crash site. And like took that, and he had previously had a hole blown through his body, and then survived. But he does go to like find Commander Shepard, and that leads to the crash site of the original Normandy, and he just loots it off his corpse. After the ship had been destroyed by the collector ship, in a very creepy scene that I really really like, Shepard asked like, okay, yeah, like I get like repairing the hole, but there's got to have been like better stuff. Why did you specifically take like armor off of my fucking body?
Yeah.
And obviously it doesn't have a face, right? But they have like the little like kind of foldable bits on the lamp head to kind of give them very basic expressions. And it's like they kind of like shudder and move a little bit to make it look, in quotes, I guess, visibly uncomfortable.
Perturbed.
And he straight up is just like, no data available.
Oh.
Which is pretty cool. And even in Mass Effect 3, it is not to my knowledge ever explained why Legion loots your corpse, or like why he would have gone after that specifically. And another criticism I have of Mass Effect 3 is it just wrapped up too many threads. If you play Mass Effect 3, it's just like, yeah, if you have another question after Mass Effect 3, you weren't fucking paying attention, because they just wrap it all up.
Should I finish Mass Effect? Everyone's like Mass Effect 3 kind of meh after Mass Effect 2. Should I just finish
I think they retconned the ending to actually make it look good and stuff. I didn't like the actual gameplay loop. I thought they took away a lot of the like, I just want to go and explore and like chill and like check out all the planets and stuff, and they like put a time constraint on it. Same gripe I have with Majora's Mask over Ocarina of Time. I was like, just let me do it at my pace. You know what I mean?
I like it, Jamie. I think you should. I think you should wrap up the trilogy. I played it before they retconned the ending. The original ending was shockingly bad. Like every single person on the writing team was killed and very quickly replaced bad. But I think it's worth finishing to wrap everything up. I think it's still very good. Like, you've got it. You might as well, fuck. I don't mean do it now. Maybe take some time. Like, I think it might be worse than when I played it, because I had to play it when it was new. So I had 18 months between me playing Mass Effect 3 and finishing Mass Effect 2, which is perfect. I think going from Mass Effect 2 to Mass Effect 3 over the course of 6 days might be a little bit of a shock to the system.
I think that was part of my problem too.
Yeah.
And I put some hours into it. I probably got like halfway through it, and then just kind of said like, oh, I'm a little Mass Effected out, because it was 1, 2, and then I was halfway through 3, and I was like, yeah, this is too much now.
Feeling that. I'm definitely feeling that like fatigue right now, but maybe come back to it later. Yeah.
On Legion though, I like the idea that obviously I don't know why he took the armor or anything like that, but I do like the idea of
nobody does like, it. That's great. It's just weird.
No, but I love the idea that like they've been evolving, right? Like they've always been evolving. Yeah. They were just automatons at some point, and now they've suddenly developed like pride, right? And he's like, "Oh, this is my defeated enemy or whatever," and it's like it comes from that. So he takes a scrap of his armor. I think it's
pride, or even like reverence. It's like a souvenir too, or something like that. Yeah, or maybe he thinks being an ambassador wearing like Shepard's skin would just be like, oh no, this will ingratiate me with the organics.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look, see, we're dressed the same.
Yeah, it's like shows up in the Shroud of Turin. It's just like, be not afraid.
Shroud of Turin and Shepard's literal face like glued on over his own.
So anyway, to wrap things up, the fate of the Geth is ultimately decided by Legion and Shepard on Rannoch during Mass Effect 3. You can choose to. I mean, you of course need the speech points. You need to put in the RPG time. But the war between the Quarians and like having the Geth on Rannoch again is just like you can't fucking do this. So there's a 3 choice where you can choose the Geth. It's just like, no, you Quarians are wrong. You did this to yourselves. You can be just like, no, the Geth are godless monsters. We'll destroy them all. But there is a middle ground where you can actually create peace between the Quarians and the Geth. And I don't know when it happens, which version of the resolution of this has Tali is just like, hey, sorry we made a difficult decision there, Tali. Anyway, back to the ship. And she's like, I'll be right there. And she just fucking kills herself. She just jumps off a cliff where she's just like, I don't like this one at all. Yeah. You can't romance her. You can't get that 3-fingered handy.
I could.
I'll tell you guys, I haven't romanced a single character this whole
So
first few
fucked up,
games.
man. What is wrong with you? Are you playing the same game? Are you
I'm
playing
just not
some
interested.
some
It
weird
starts
bootleg version out of Utah or something? Like, what is that?
it starts to get horny, and I'm like, nah, I just want to do space cool shit, dude.
Oh my god, you're
Uh,
such a
I don't
loser.
like it at all anymore. Like in-game romances now, I do think are fucking cringe. But in high school, I definitely did my like Ashley, Miranda, Ashley romance through the Mass Effect trilogy.
If
And
that's
then
your
you do
thing,
bang Jack on a table because she's got tattoos and is a freak.
Mhm.
That's
if
fine.
you're if that's fun for you, enjoy it. But I just want to get to the next planet where I can like shoot things in the head and like learn more about the lore. I don't feel like I'm gonna find the lore at the back end of some space lady's pussy, you know?
No, you will.
I
You
don't-
will know
maybe.
that you try.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to do the romance subquests like even up until like Dragon Age Inquisition, where I romanced Cassandra, and like I thought it was great, but then I just kind of fell out of it. Like before finding out Baldur's Gate 3 was 700 hours long without side quests, which is the real reason I have never played it. All the early things I heard was just about like how horny it is, and I was like, I hate this so much. Anyway,
Yeah,
I've been your host, Peter O'Donohue, and I don't want to fuck a bear. Okay.
I
You can
do.
find me at Lore Boys Podcast on Instagram. You can find my book on Amazon.com, linked below. Thank you to everybody who's purchased it. Thank you to Ethan for giving me a physical copy that Amazon could not provide me because I live in fucking Canada.
Guys, Pete
yes.
says he doesn't. Pete says you don't want to fuck a bear. Wait till you read his comic. There is a whole lot of bear fucking in it.
It was
I think
number 2 in erotica for a concerningly long amount of time, and I don't know how it got there, but I am okay with it.
My favorite kind of fucking is bear fucking. Bare naked fucking, of course.
Oh yeah.
No helmets.
Jimmy, you want to talk about Twitch?
She gets a cold and dies. It's great.
Twitch.tv/LordboyJames. Come watch me probably play Mass Effect 3 at some point. I'll probably play some Final Fantasy 15, among other games. But I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays. Our community is growing, and my cat is sprinting across my desk. On to
Yeah.
you, Ethan.
Kicking dust and hair up and knocking your microphone. What a rambunctious little fella Melon is, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks so much for listening, everybody. If you like the show, consider leaving us a rating or review on your podcast app of choice. Right into our email, contact@lordboys.com. There should be a link somewhere in the description. And
On the
read
website
it
as well.
live on air at some point in a mailbag special like we did a few weeks ago. Enjoy it. If you want to support the show financially, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/theloreboys, where we got a couple different tiers and a couple different fun little games that we can all play. So check it out. If you got as little as 3 US buckaroonies a month, you can get in on the action and get the bonus content where we talk about things. If you don't trust Patreon, we do, of course, have Loreboys Prime service, which we've always offered. This month, we need from our Prime subscribers, we have a very special, or a very important, perhaps I should say, poll going on. Who would you rather fuck, a bear or an otter? I don't want to explain why, but it's very personal to some of the people in this podcast that you vote for one over the other. Basically, he's already gone on record saying that he wouldn't fuck a bear, and that felt like a shot across the bow to me. But we will let the viewers decide here.
It hurts, man. It hurts.
I'm gonna sneak a twink into the poll too. Would you rather fuck a bear, an otter, or a twink? Right?
Throw it in. Throw it in.
It's important.
And I think that would constitute a lore boy.
Lore Boys.
Out.
Absolute